Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Mads. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A type video. I figured for my first video I should introduce myself. So I guess if that's what you want to see, then keep watching. So since I'm using my phone to record this, I went ahead and wrote everything down on this little notebook that I got in my DMs. So I'm probably going to answer the more lighthearted questions first, and then I'll move into the more serious stuff. So my first question was, are you more introverted or extroverted? I guess I would say I'm more introverted because I definitely like my alone time. I like to stay in and watch Netflix and YouTube, but I also enjoy the company of other people because sometimes I do get lonely, but introverted, I guess. What's your secret talent? I am not talented. That's my answer. And how did you get into makeup? Well, my friends all wear a lot of makeup, so I used to make them do my makeup, and when they got tired of like me asking them to do makeup on me every time we went out, then I was like, I guess I'll do it for myself. And I also love painting. So eyeshadow and like face makeup are a lot like painting, I guess, in a way. Like it's another art form, so I feel like it was just easier for me to excel in that. What do I enjoy in my alone time? I enjoy writing poetry, drawing, painting, which I don't do a lot anymore because I don't paint at school. And also listening to music, definitely. What is my favorite ice cream? Oh, I love Ben & Jerry's. So like, they have this one that's like peanut butter cookie. That's my favorite ice cream. And if it's not that, then I like peanut butter chocolate milkshakes. I'm not sure what it meant. They asked me would I rather have boys or girls for friends. So for friendship. So I will be friends with everyone, whether you're a boy or a girl or neither. And if you were asking about relationships, I'm straight. I like guys. Okay. So now for the more harder questions. Was starting university hard? And do you live in the residence, and was that hard? Oh. Starting going to college for me was very difficult. Like I'll start like the week before, I was literally just crying about everything. Like anything that I possibly did made me cry. I don't care who I was talking to. Like if I was watching a sad show, like I was just sobbing. Like there was nothing that could comfort me. So I was like really sad about leaving everyone. And then once I got here, there was like 2 weeks where I didn't know anyone. I had no friends, so I just kind of sat in my room and did nothing. So that part was difficult, but once I got the courage up to like talk to people, then it was a lot better, and I like school a lot now. But definitely first semester I did pretty awful, and my mental health was not good. So yes, starting was hard, but now that I'm here in second semester, I'm doing a lot better, and it's a lot easier now. And I do live in a dorm. This is my dorm right here behind me. And I don't think living in a dorm is hard. No, it's a lot better for your first year, so that it's easier for you to meet people. Because if you're just living in an apartment like by yourself or with one other person, like it's a lot harder to make friends. Rather than if they live next door to you and you see them like in the bathroom, in the hallway, like you see them a lot more places. Have you gone through a period of no friends? Well, yes, like I just said, in the beginning of the school year, I didn't have any friends. And I would never say I've had a lot of friends. Like, this is the first time I've ever been like a part of a friend group per se. Like in high school, in middle school, like I would only have like one or two friends at a time, and those friends were never like friends with each other. I've always been kind of alone, and like I've had my same best friend since 3rd grade, and that's about it. How was high school for you? Oh, high school. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. I just said scale of 1 to 10, or scale of 0 to 10. I would rate high school a big fat 0. So high school was like the worst of my eating disorder, like junior year of high school or sophomore year of high school. So I had pretty much no friends because I was isolating myself, and people made fun of me for being so skinny. People always made comments like, random people in my classes would be like, you look like you don't eat, and then on the inside I was like, I don't. This is awkward. And so yeah, I pretty much never went to school. Like my 8th grade through, well, that's not high school, but 8th grade through the end of high school, I never went to school. Like I missed probably like 2/3 of every year because I just couldn't get out of bed. I would just sleep all day, and if my mom tried to wake me up, I would just cry and be like, I'm not going, sorry mom. Was your eating disorder ever I mean, I would say for me, like, that's the reason it kind of started, was because like I went through trauma, and that's when like my PTSD started. And so to combat those, this is all in like unconscious process. Like I didn't consciously like make these decisions, but like my mind adapted to these like traumatic experiences by it coped with it by like creating an eating disorder. So like during my eating disorder, like my trauma was like out the window. Like I did not think about that. All I thought about was food, and like body image. So like it was a big distraction for me. Like once I went to therapy for that, my mind freaked out, and like my mental health went right down the drain. Like I thought it was already down the drain, but it went even further down the drain because like all these like old feelings from years and years ago were like, oh, you're not thinking about food? Think about me now. But I'm doing a lot better like now than I was when I first like went into recovery. So, and then someone else asked like what made me decide to start medication, and that right there was part of the reason. Like it, since I like spiraled downhill so far, I was like, I need something to help me with that. And also I feel like it was really affecting my school, it was affecting my friendships, like it was affecting my ability to function in college, and I didn't want that. So I started taking them almost 2 months ago now. What is your favorite inspirational quote? I don't know if this is inspirational, but my favorite quote that I always like to think of is a quote from a book. I don't remember what book it is, but the author is Mitch Albom. And the quote is, "For our eyes are different. What you see ain't what I see." And I really like that quote because it just like helps me move with my body dysmorphia, like remembering that what I'm seeing myself as is not what other people see me as. Like we all focus on our bodies, and like we stare at ourselves in the mirror like criticizing, and we see this every day. So like nothing is ever shocking to us, and we're like, this is boring. But when someone else sees you, like especially someone new, like they can look at you and be like she's so exciting, like she looks so beautiful, I've never seen anything like her or him, but I was just talking about myself. What would I say to someone who is fighting a relapse? So what I say to myself, like, I'm just gonna tell you like what I try to tell myself, is that it's not worth it. Think about how you felt like in your worst times. Think about like how much stuff you missed out on. Like, you missed out on all those times you could have hung out with your friends just because you were avoiding food. Or think about how much of your free time you lost to whether you were counting calories, binging, or just like participating in behaviors. Think about how much that affected your life and your happiness just because like you wanted to look what you perceive as better. It's really not worth it. Think about how much different your life is now and how you've put so much hard work into this recovery. And if you stop now and go back to where you were, you're gonna have to put an extra, if you've been recovering for 6 months or 5 years, if you spiral backwards, you're gonna have to put back in those same 5 years, and in 5 years you're gonna be in the same place you were like before you relapsed, because like you didn't keep trying. But I know that's easier said than done. Since I've started recovery, I've probably relapsed for, I think, 4 times. So if you don't relapse all the way, you can make a comeback. And remember that one like small mistake does not equal the same thing as a relapse. Like, if you use a behavior one day or 2 days or even a week, like, you can always come back from that. You just have to try a little extra harder and like reach out for support, whether that be from an online friend, which is where I get a lot of my support, or from your therapist, or even journaling. All good tools. Okay, so that looks like that concludes the video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I don't know who I'm talking to because I have like 3 subscribers, but if you're watching this, subscribe and like my video. See you in the next one.